Now this is the second example, next date program. So in this next date program, so we are writing the test cases for this next date program by using an equivalence class partitioning method. So all of us know in the next date program, so we should have a boundary values for an input. Basically the boundary for the date is 1 to 31. So in a month we will be having a days 31 days, that is 1 to 31. 1 will be the lower limit, 31 will be the upper limit. Similarly for month input, so 1 to 12 months are there, 1 is the lower limit and 12 will be the upper limit for the month input. In year, so we have considered 1812 to 2012. So 1812 is the lower limit and upper limit is 2012. This is the input we have getting from the next date program under the equivalence class partitioning method. Now we have to write the test cases for the equivalence class partitioning method under that first category, that is weak normal test cases or weak normal equivalence class test cases for a next date program. So here we are having a test case ID. I told weak normal test cases we are writing by using a WN1, WN2, WN3. So weak normal, I told weak normal is nothing but valid input variable. When we are specifying the valid input variable for a program, the possibility of outcome you have to assume first. Based on that, you need to specify the input parameter list. So basically, so first test case is WN1. If I specify a valid input for a program, what will be my expected output result? My expected output result will be a next date will be the expected output result. For example, I will give here my input might be a 6, 15, 19, 12. If this is my input, you can see this is the valid month, this is the valid day, and this is the valid year. So these values are within this range. Therefore, this test case is valid input variable. Then what will be my expected? Next day will be the expected output result. I am expecting output result like 6, 16, 19, 12 will be the expected output result. So now some of the months are there. In that month we are having a 30 days, and especially the month February month is that we are having only 28 and 29 days. In that case, if you specify a valid inputs, then so we are not getting a correct output result what we are expecting. Then we will get here next second possibility of outcome is invalid input variable. That is the second possibility of output result what we can expect. So for example, I will give one more example. So you can consider here month is 2 is nothing but February month. If I specify 30, and here if I am specifying 2002 is the year, then what will be the expected output result? Here I can write here invalid input date. Correct? Why? Because why we are calling it as an invalid input date means in the February month we don't have a 30th day. So but as per our rules, day 1 to 31, this 30 is the valid input and month is also valid, but in the February month we don't have this day. Therefore, so this is the second possibility of outcome when we are specifying a valid input variable, invalid input date or invalid input month, so we can expect it over there. This is what, so the two possibility of outcome we can generate by using a weak normal test cases under the next date program. So I told in the last, weak normal test cases are same as strong normal test cases, but redundancy output results will be existed under the strong robust. Therefore, we are not writing separate test cases for your strong normal. Weak normal itself will be the test cases of the strong normal test cases. Now I directly move to the next test case, that is this is the first category, and also we can call it as weak normal, strong normal, both are same, strong normal. Now I will move third category, weak robust. Weak robust is nothing but test case ID, input, and your expected output. In the input I can say that month, month, day and year. So here expected output result, you can write it over here, expected output. Now robust is nothing but invalid, weak is nothing but single fault assumption. So now I can write WR1. In the last I told that how to specify the test cases under the weak robust for a next date program under the equivalence class partitioning method. So it is a single fault assumption. One input should be a invalid, other input should be a nominal. So now you can see here, month nominal value is 6, year nominal value is 1912 and day nominal value is 15. Okay, now if I am considering month, I want to make it as a month as invalid, then I need to check one corner. There are two corners will be there, upper limit and as well as lower limit. Now I am writing a test case for the lower limit. Lower limit is nothing but the month is 1 to 12, month will be a -1 will be the invalid input. Now what about other two? Other two should be a valid, but it should be a nominal value. Day nominal value is what I told, 15 is the nominal value and year nominal value is 1912. My expected output result is month is invalid. Month is invalid input. Invalid input. Next WR2. Now month is become invalid. This is single fault. Next time day will becomes invalid. For the day, so invalid input will be a -1. So what about these two values? These two values should be a nominal. So month nominal value is 6 and year nominal value is 1912. Now day is invalid input. Invalid input. Next WR3. Month and day will be a nominal, year will be invalid. Okay. Now nominal value of month is 6, nominal value of day is 15. Year value should be invalid. Invalid means here you can see our lower limit is 1812. It is not -1. So why? Because 1812 is the lower limit. Lower limit -1 will becomes minimum minus. Therefore it is 1811, not -1. Please remember here year is invalid input. Now I have covered one corner of the input domain range. Now I need to similarly do it for the upper corner. Upper corner means WR4, WR5, WR6. Now upper corner for the month is, month upper corner is 13. It will becomes invalid. What about other two inputs? Nominal. This is a single fault assumption. Next time this will be a nominal. This will becomes invalid. Invalid of the day is, so 31 is the upper limit. Now this will becomes 32. 32 will be invalid. Then 6, 15 and what about this? This now this should be a invalid. So to make it as invalid, maximum is what? 2012. Now 2013 will be the invalid input. Now similarly you can write it here. So month is invalid. Month is invalid input. Day is invalid input. And year is invalid input. These are the expected output result for your weak robust test cases. So this is what how we have written a weak robust test cases for your next date problem. Similarly, we will jump to the strong robust. Last testing technique, strong robust for next date problem. So strong robust, I told it is a multiple fault assumption. So before writing this test cases, first test case should be a single fault assumption, then followed by the multiple fault assumption. Now here I'll write test case ID. Inputs are month, day, year. Then you know the expected output result. I'm not writing here expected output result. First test case here SR1. SR1. So first it should be a single fault assumption. 15, 19, 12. SR2. So then 6 minus 1, 19, 12. SR3. 6, 15, 18, 11. Okay, now single fault assumption is over. Then it needs to be followed by multiple fault assumption. Multiple fault assumption means two or more number of inputs can be a invalid. So here first time I will make these two as a invalid. To make these two as a invalid, this will becomes -1 -1. What about this? This should be a nominal. Then SR5. Next test case is, now next time these two will be invalid. This will be a nominal. -1 to make this one as a invalid. So then value will be 1811, not -1. Next SR6. Next time these two will be invalid. This will be a nominal. -1 1812. Now two times two input will be invalid and one input will be valid. Next last one more test case is there. All the input can be invalid. All the input can be invalid. This is the last test case. Now you can see these are all the test cases we have written for one corner of the input domain. Similarly, you can write it other corner of the upper limit corner of the input domain range. Okay, so this is how we are going to write the test cases for your next date program under weak normal, strong normal, weak robust and strong robust. So now we will move to the third example, that is commission problem. So how to write the test cases for a commission problem using equivalence class partitioning method. So here in this problem or in this program we are specifying the three inputs. One is log, stock, barrel. These are the three inputs we are giving for your commission problem. The log, stock, barrel value upper limit and lower limit is 1 to 70, 1 to 80 and 1 to 90. This is the nominal value of the log, nominal value of the stock and nominal value of the barrel. Now we will start to write the test cases for weak normal and strong normal both together. I told so both are same test cases, therefore combined together we are writing a test cases. Weak normal is nothing but when we will specify the valid input variable for a program, what is your expected outcome or possibility of outcome. The possibility of outcome, so for a commission problem, let us consider if I specify any value in between 1 to 70, 1 to 80 and 1 to 90. So I will be expecting some sales and as well as commission for that sale. This is my expected outcome. Okay, so if I am giving a valid input for log, stock and barrel value, then only one possibility of output result I am going to generate. Therefore, only one test cases will be existed under the commission problem under weak normal and strong normal test cases. So let us consider here I am specifying the value. So nominal value only I will consider 35, 40 and 45. This is the input which I am specifying under the weak normal and as well as strong normal test cases. Okay, this is my input which I have specified 35, 40 and 45. So total sale I am going to generate 640 will be the total sale, and for this my commission will be the total sale will be a 3900 and commission will be a 640. 640 will be the commission. This is when, however, you may specify 111 or 222 or 55 or 25, 26, 27. Some sales and some commission you will going to generate. So for that, so only one test case, one possibility of outcome will be there. That is, we will generate the sales and commission as a output result for your weak normal and strong normal test cases. Now we will move to the third test case, that is weak robust. Robust is nothing but invalid, weak is nothing but single fault assumption. So here I will write the test cases, test case ID. Weak robust means WR1. Here inputs are log, stock, barrel, sales, total sales and as well as commission for that. Okay, this is my expected outcome. So now WR1 I told, so invalid input for the log is -1, invalid input for the stock is -1, barrel is -1. So now I will talk about the -1. So first test case, if I am specifying -1 for a log and the stock and barrel value should be what? Nominal. This is the single fault. Therefore one input should be invalid and the other input should be a nominal. nominal value of these two will be 40 and 45. So now here when I am specifying minus 1, so for the commission problem there is a condition is there in the commission problem. The minus 1 indicates that the termination of the program. Therefore here there is no any sales and commission value I will going to get. Therefore automatically the program will get terminates. Therefore I can't say the minus 1 is the invalid. Now this is valid for that program, but here I am not considering minus 1. Instead of minus 1, the lock invalid input value will be a minus 2. Okay, please remember. Now I'll write a second test case, that is I am considering minus 2, because now onwards, so here, so I won't generate any sales and as well as commission. Why? Because this is the minus 2. Minus 2 indicates that so it is invalid input variable of lock. This is the single fault assumption. Next time lock will becomes valid and stock will becomes invalid. Invalid means minus 1 and other two will be a nominal. Okay, now once again there is no any sale and there is no any commission. Weak robust 4. Next term is barrel. Barrel will be a invalid and lock and stock value will be a valid, and here there is no any sales and commission as I expected output result. Now the term lower limit is over. Then similarly I need to do it for the upper limit, that is weak robust test case 5. So upper limit of lock is 70. 71 will be the invalid input and other two input should be a nominal. Next time stock value. Stock input value 80 is the maximum. Now invalid input becomes 81 and these two value will be a nominal. Nominal value of these two will be, and next WR7. So then barrel value will be a invalid. Then to make a barrel value is invalid, 90 is the maximum, 91 will be invalid. Therefore these two test cases will be 35 and 40. What about the commission and sales? Now you can see, so these are all the values are invalid inputs. Therefore there is no any calculation of the sales and commission because these values are outside the boundary. Therefore the program will not execute or else will not calculate a total sale value and as well as commission value. Therefore these are the test cases which we can write in this fashion for your commission problem under the weak robust test cases. Under the weak robust test cases. Clear? Then we will move to the strong robust. Strong robust test cases. Strong robust test case for commission problem. Now here also test case ID, lock, stock, barrel, then sales and then commission. Strong robust, I told robust is nothing but invalid. Under the strong robust, first input should be a single fault assumption, then it needs to be followed by multiple fault assumption. The first three test cases will be same as it is weak robust. Here it is minus 1, 40, 45. Here the program will terminate SR2, minus 2, 40, 45. These are the invalid inputs. SR3. Now 35, minus 1, 45. These two, there is no any calculation. SR4. So this is 35, this will becomes 40, this will becomes minus 1. Now there is no any commission and sales. Now you can see the lower limit single fault assumption is got over. Then similarly I need to do it for the multiple fault assumption. Then consider the multiple. Multiple fault assumption is nothing but, so now this time, so lock value is not minus 1, now minus 2 will be the invalid. Then stock value is minus 1. Multiple means 2 or more than 2 input can be a invalid input and other input should be a valid input, that is nominal. Okay, now there is no any sales and commission. SR6. Now these two, first turn these two becomes invalid. Next time these two will becomes invalid. Invalid means this is minus 1, minus 1. What about this? This is the nominal. There is no any sales and commission. SR7. Now the turn is minus 2. Now this will be the nominal and this will be the invalid. There is no any sales and last test case all are invalid. Minus 2, minus 1, minus 1. then this will be the last test case for the strong robust. I think you got the how to write the test cases. First time, this is the program termination, this is the invalid, but here onwards single fault assumption will start. This is the one corner I have written the test cases. Similarly, you can write it for the upper corner also. Like instead of -2, this is the maximum plus 71, you can consider 81 and 91. Based on that, you can also write still 7 test cases for this existing test cases. Thank you.